Hey, what up, everybody? We are here for Game 3. I gave myself a couple of minutes this time to get everything set, so hopefully it won't catch me by surprise like it did last time. We've got a fantastic pitching matchup here in Kansas City for Game 3 of the Internet Series between the Kansas City Breath Mints and the Mexico City Wild Wings. It'll be a matchup of Elijah Bader versus Tube Rust. And Tube Rust, of course, the Breath Mints star pitcher who started out with, I think, something like an 18 or 19 game unbeaten streak to start the season. Finished with 27 wins and just 7 losses. That was tied for second most wins of any pitcher in the ILB this season. Tube finished with a 2.6 ERA, gave up just 0.7 home runs per 9, just 1.7 walks per 9, and 8 strikeouts per 9. So a very, very good pitcher. They're going to be going up against the best pitcher that Mexico City has to offer as well, and that is Elijah Bader, who finished 26-6 with a 2.61 ERA, 1 home run per 9, 1.6 walks per 9, and 9.1 strikeouts per 9. So Bader, very high ruthlessness, very high unthwackability, very good at limiting base hits. And the Breath Mints will have their work cut out for them today, going up against this fantastic pitcher. A couple of evenly matched pitchers going against each other, as their ERA was just .01 away from each other. But it'll be Tube taking the mound first, as the Wild Wings are the away team, and Nova Bai will step into the batter's box to lead things off for them. Fouling off the first couple of pitches and quickly down in the count, 0-2. A couple of nice pitches there by Tube. And that one misses the strike zone, a 2-0 count now. And Bai going after it and hitting it deep. This one is going back to the fence and gone just over the outstretched arm of Shei Yoshida. Oh, and that is not the way that Tube Rust or the Breath Mints expected to start off this game. But like I mentioned, Mexico City, their entire lineup can go deep at any time, and they have led things off with a home run here in Game 3, taking a 1-0 lead. And Lillian McKinley hitting one hard on the ground, Soledad Snyder right there to make the play. And that'll be the first out of the inning. But Mexico City very quickly out to a 1-0 lead on the home run by Nova Bai. Soledad Drama following up with another ground ball, and that'll be the second out of the inning. Alonzo Clement will step into the batter's box against Rust. Rust needing to shake off the poor start. Even count now, 1-1, and a big swing and a foul ball. Clement hit that one hard, but a little early on the swing, and there's strike 3 called on the outside corner. A fantastic split finger fastball from Tube Rust. Rust, a splitter specialist, at least in my mind, at least. Tube's got a good splitter, and using it to great effect there, but giving up the solo home run to lead off the game, and the Mints starting this one out from behind. And Shei Yoshida wasting no time, tying it up, a home run of their own. And both teams have led off the game with a homer. Shei Yoshida, who's just gone nuclear in this postseason, a blast to straightaway right field. And the Mints have tied it up at 1, just like that. Well, that's the one knock on Bader, is that they give up a decent amount of home runs. And if the Mints are going to stay alive in this one, they might have to rely on the long ball. Soledad Snyder is a quick first out, and that'll bring up Uz Dolan. Dolan is known to go deep from time to time, but has been very inconsistent, especially in the second half of the season. Dolan got off to a pretty good start, but really has not been so great. And they will go down on strikes here, swing and a miss, flailing at a curveball out of the zone. A good pitch there from Bader. That'll bring up Boat Hamlis, who hasn't swung the bat in 2 games. And we'll look at strike 1. Hamlis a little shocked to see one in the strike zone after what happened last time, and a swing and fouls one off now, 0-2. Rare to see Hamlis behind in the count like this, but a good take there on the changeup off the outside part of the plate. And now another good take, and it'll be 2-2. Bader working out of the windup, and a ground ball. Alonzo Clement makes the play and fires to first for the third out of the inning. But we will go to the second with the game all tied up at 1. Each team with a solo dinger in the first. Oops. And now Mexico City will send up Genesis Toad to lead things off here in the second. First pitch is in there for a strike. And they say Toad actually swung at that one, and now a foul ball. Wait, what the hell? Oh, I forgot Reverbo was going. Reverbo was playing 4 minutes and 33 seconds by John Cage. And that ended, and the next song started playing. Sorry about that. Toad fouls one off, and it's one high in the air. Shei Yoshida will have plenty of room to make the play over there in left. And that's the first out of the inning. And Donna Larson will step into the box for the Wings. Fouls off the first pitch. 0-1 count. Rust looking relentless out there on the mound, just coming after these hitters. Put Reverbo back after the game. I'll go back to Reverbo after. Larson bouncing one on the ground, a routine play for Soledad Snyder, and that's out number 2. Harold Valley steps into the box, and a pitch missing low from Rust. 1-0 count now. 2-0 now is Rust trying to dial in that splitter early in this game. 2 outs and nobody on, and Valley looks at strike 1. Rust with the high leg kick, and a nice pitch there, swung on and missed. The fastball high in the zone, and strike 3 called on the outside corner. Tube Rust with a very quick inning, and the Wings go down 1-2-3. We'll go to the bottom of the second with the score still 1-1. Big Tarkanian will lead things off for the Mints. Big is having a pretty big postseason. Takes a look at ball 1. Thank you, Cool Tree Dude. You don't need to understand Blaseball to experience Blaseball. The more that you understand about it, the crazier you get, at least in my experience. Tarkanian with a ground ball for the first out of the inning. Yuri O'Lantern will step into the box now and take a look at ball 1 from Bader. Bader is a very high ruthlessness pitcher, as I mentioned, will not get behind batters very often, and O'Lantern with a high fly ball out into right field, but the ballpark will hold that one. Alonzo Clement making the play, and there are 2 outs. Patrick Tagliatelle stepping in for the Mints. Tagliatelle went 0 for 6 in the last game, actually was the only breath mint that did not get on base, and is very quickly now down in the count, 0-2. Tagliatelle really relies on walking to get on base, and against Bader, that is a tall task, but Tagliatelle, showing good patience here, has worked the count even, 2-2, and a fly ball popped up into shallow left field, a can of shower corn there, caught by Nova Bai. Inning 2 becomes an outing. We go to the third. Still a 1-1 ball game. Fontaine Teacup will lead things off for Mexico City. Trying to take the lead back, going after the first pitch, and a nice stop there by Liv Blather, fielding the ground ball, and a nice throw over to first base for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Slow McDonald. McDonald looks at strike 1 from Rust. Oh, and a nice pitch there on the breaking ball. Swung on and missed, 0-2. Tube Rust missing high with the fastball, trying to get a chase. 1-2 now. What will they go with here? It's strike 3 called on the outside corner. A beautiful split finger fastball. Slow McDonald is down on strikes, and there are now 2 outs, as Tube has set down every Wild Wings batter ever since Nova Bai hit that leadoff home run. Nova is up again. Fouls off the first pitch, and now the count is even at 1-1. Rust from the windup, the high leg kick, and strike 2. Fastball on the inside corner. Ball 2 now as Rust misses outside with the splitter. Bai with the big swing and fouls it off, staying alive, 2-2. Nova hits one on the ground, and a nice play, Soledad Snyder laying out for it, diving play, going to the glove side, and that'll retire the side. The Wings go down once again, 1-2-3, so Tube Rust has settled in after giving up that leadoff home run, looks to be in the zone, and will need to stay in the zone against these Wild Wings bats. I forgot to do a vibe check on the pitchers as this game started, so let's see where Elijah Bader is at, as Basil Kramer down 0-1. So pretty good vibes from Bader, quality vibes. They're ahead in the count, 0-2. And Kramer takes strike 3, a fastball on the inside corner, and a nice pitch from Bader, painting the black. You don't see a whole lot of pitches right down the middle from Elijah. Liv Blather will come up for the Breath Mints. Takes a look at ball 1. Swinging now, and Blather puts it in play, but Donna Larson is all over it, and they will retire them on the ground ball. Here comes Shea Yoshida, 1 for 1 in this game with a home run. Big swing and a miss at the first pitch. A nice curveball there from Bader, enticing a bad swing. Now comes right back with the fastball, and Yoshida fouls it off. Down in the count, 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that'll do it for the Mints in the bottom of the third. A 1-2-3 inning as Bader has also settled into a groove after giving up the leadoff home run. So both of these pitchers look to be at the top of their games here. Let's check Tube's vibes. Tube has had great vibes all season long. It's been a big reason for their success, but the vibes neutral today. So Lillian McKinley doesn't care about the vibes. Hits a ground out to Yuri O'Lantern. That's the first out of the fourth. Soledad Drama will step into the box and fouls off the first pitch. A big swing, a nice looking swing there from Drama. And now down 0-2 as Rust gets the ground ball. A nice pitch there. And Boat Hamless will make the play and tag the runner out. That's 2 down here in the top of the 4th. I hope you guys like listening to the same organ music over and over. I can find another playlist if we want. This is like the 3rd time in a row now. I'm starting to get tired of it, but this is still a jam. And Alonso Clement is in there and is down in the count early, 0-2. And swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the nasty split finger fastball. And Tube Rust with the fist pump walking off the mound. That retires the side. We will go to the bottom of the 4th. Soledad Snyder will lead things off for the Breath Mints, trying to take the lead for the first time in this game. Hello, KW and Alice and Wishing Beans. Thank you for joining me. As Soledad Snyder hits one hard into the corner, that one's going to roll all the way to the wall, and Snyder will have stand-up double. Getting the stop sign there, as I think Snyder wanted to try to stretch that into a triple, but a lead-off double is exactly what the doctor ordered for the Mints, and now Ooze Dolan will try to take advantage. Just got to put the ball in play here. 2-1 count as Bader trying to nibble the outside corner. When Dolan swings and connects, they have a tendency to hit it really hard. A nice pitch there on the inside corner, and that'll even the count 2-2. And now Dolan hits a bouncer. Nova by making the play, looking that runner back over to second base. Good fundamentals there. And that'll be the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Boat Hamless. Hamless was 0 for 0 in the last game with 6 walks. Saw the minimum number of pitches to pull that off. What a legend. Fouls one off here, and now it's quickly a 1-2 count. Not often that you see Hamless behind in the count like this. Bader looks the runner back to second and misses low with a ball. Very close pitch there. But if Hamless doesn't swing, it was almost definitely a ball. And now the count is even. It's Bader missing upstairs with the fastball. And there's ball 4. Trying to get Hamless to chase, and that's not going to happen. Boat will take first base. And Big Tarkanian will step into the batter's box. A big situation for Big Tarkanian, who's come up big in many opportunities so far in this postseason. 1-1 count. Bader working in a bit of a jam for the first time this game. This is the first time actually the Mints have had a base runner. The count is 3-1. As Bader trying to dial it in from the stretch. Looks the runners back, and a swing and a miss from Big. That'll make the count full, 3-2. And strike 3 called on the outside corner, and Big Tarkanian can't believe it. Thought that pitch was outside and was headed to first base, but shaking their head as they go back to the dugout. That's out number 2. And that'll bring up Yuri O'Lantern with 2 on and 2 out here in the bottom of the 4th in a 1-1 ball game. And Yuri puts a charge into it. That one's deep into center, and it's going to roll to the wall. Soledad Snyder will come in to score. Boat Hamless is going to be held at third base. A great throw in from the center fielder there to hold that runner at third, and O'Lantern with good hustle to get to second base. And now Patrick Tagliatelle! Hasta la pasta! A base hit into left. That's going to score 2, as Yuri O'Lantern was running all on contact from second base, and the Mints all of a sudden are ahead 4-1 here in the 4th. A big rally. 3 runs so far in this inning, all of them coming with 2 outs. Basil Kramer now at the dish with a runner on first, but Elijah Bader with some good pitching is ahead in the count, and it's now 1-2. Bader checks the runner back to first, and strike 3 called on the fastball. Kramer thought it might have been a little bit high, but Bader has been just painting the corners of the zone all game long. But they do allow 3 runs, and the Mints are firmly in control of this game 3. Trying to take advantage and take the lead in the Internet Series. It'll be all on Tube Rust, the Mints' best pitcher. Exactly who you like to have out here in this kind of situation. Genesis Toad will lead off the inning for the Wings. And Tube is ahead in the count with a swinging strike. And there's strike 3 called. A nice fastball on the inside corner. Good movement on that pitch from Tube, completely freezing the batter. And 1 out now, and Donna Larson will come up. Wings still haven't had a base runner since that leadoff home run, unless I forgot someone. It's hard to... I don't have the box score in front of me. Swing and a miss there, and Larson at a 2-1 count now. Pitch from Tube, missing outside, 3-1. And there's ball 4 on a fastball upstairs. Larson will take first base, and with 1 out here in the top of the 5th, Harold Valley will come up for Mexico City. Valley, the weakest hitter in the Mexico City lineup, batted just .211 on the regular season. And now very quickly behind in the count, 0-2 with a couple of nice fastballs from Rust. Trying to get him to chase the splitter in the dirt, but that one misses. 1-2. 2-2 now as they try the chase pitch again. But Valley is not biting on it. And there's a nice pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. Valley is retired, and that's 2 outs now. Fontaine Teacup will stride to the batter's box for Mexico City with a runner on first, trying to make something happen here in the 5th inning. This game already half over, and Teacup bounces one on the ground. Boat Hamless will make the play and go the short way to get the out at second base. And that'll do it for the Wings in the top of the 5th. We move to bottom 5. Liv Blather will lead things off for the Breath Mints. Liv, of course, with that ball blood, has been trying for walks all postseason long. Bader is going to have to pump the strike zone here, and does exactly that. Ahead in the count, 0-2. And this pitch misses just outside. Bader thought it might have been strike 3. The umpire's been very inconsistent in this one. Perhaps distracted by the flood of peanut rain as Blather hits a ground ball. It's a routine play for the Wild Wings infield. And Shea Yoshida, who got the scoring started for the Mints all the way back in the first with a solo home run, will step into the box, swings and misses at the first pitch, and takes a look at a ball inside. And now it'll be a 1-1 count on Shea. Looks at strike 2 on the outside corner. 1-2 count and a big swing and a miss. A good looking swing there from Shea, who's looked pretty locked in the last couple of postseason games. 1-2 pitch from Bader. Oh, called strike 3 on the outside corner. Another great piece of pitching. Elijah Bader has been hitting those spots all game long. Now Soledad Snyder will come up to the box for the Mints with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. And a 2-0 count. Bader. That one's hit into center field, and it'll get down. A base hit just barely underneath the glove of the center fielder, and that'll get it done. The Mints have a base runner with 2 outs, and Uz Dolan striding into the batter's box. Dolan swings and misses at strike 1 and takes a look at strike 2. A couple of nice pitches there from Bader. And a ground ball, Donna Larson all over it, and we'll flip it to second base. Out number 3, and that'll get the Wings out of the 3rd inning. Out of the 5th inning. Move to the 6th. Mexico City down by 3 runs. So we move into the final third of this game. Slow McDonald will lead things off for Mexico City. McDonald, going after it, I was just about to say. Not a good hitter, but they put a ground ball through the infield, and that's a base hit. So they will be on first base. A leadoff single for the Wings. Exactly what the doctor ordered for them. Tube Rust will have to pitch out of the stretch for the first time in a long time, and perhaps that's affecting them as they are behind in the count, 2-0. And now Nova Bai hits one hard. That one's going to find its way into left field for a single. And the Wings have their first 2 batters on. You can never sleep on this Wild Wings offense. Cannot rest easy when any of them are at the plate. They are all dangerous. And here's Lillian McKinley, one of the most dangerous of them all. Tube Rust going right after him with a couple of foul balls ahead in the count, 0-2, and a fly ball high in the air. Uriel Lantern calling everybody off. Will make the play, and that'll be the first out of the 6th inning. Soledad Drama will take the batter's box and a bouncing ball, and they'll make the play at third to get the lead runner. And that's quickly 2 outs in the inning now. So some great pitching from Tube Rust trying to work out of the jam. Alonzo Clement will step into the batter's box for the Wings. And very quickly behind in the count with a swinging strike there. 0-2. And strike 3 called. A fastball right on the inside corner. Tube Rust allowed the first 2 runners to get on, but no more than that. The Wings unable to score any runs. We will go to the bottom of the 6th with Rust completely in control. The Mints leading 4-1 and looking on to tack on some insurance runs here. They've got the exact batter that you want leading off an inning, Boat Hamless, and they're sparkling .570 on base percentage. Count is even on Hamless, 1-1. 2-1 count now, and Hamless with a ground ball that's going to get past the first baseman, a single, and then Mints will have their leadoff batter on as well. Big Tarkanian at the dish with Hamless on first base. Boat, of course, always a threat to steal. And Bader pounding that strike zone, fouled off by Big. 0-2 count here. Sorry, I'm giving myself technical difficulties. As Boat takes off for second base, and that's a steal. Some boat crimes, a speedboat there. As Big Tarkanian strikes out swinging, but Boat Hamless advances to second base on the steal, and now Yuri O'Lantern, who has been just a postseason hero for the Mints with a couple of enormous home runs. And an even count, 1-1. Bader checking the runner back to second. Comes set, and a ground ball. That's to the second baseman, Alonso Clement. Will make the out at first, but Boat will advance to third base, and so Patrick Tagliatelle with a chance to drive in a run with any sort of base hit here. First pitch misses high, ball one. And a big swing by Pat. That's going to result in a foul ball. And now Bader trying to come in with the curveball, missing low, 2-1. And Tagliatelle with a pop-up. Easy play for Alonso Clement. And that's going to get the Wings out of the inning. They allow Boat Hamless to get on base, but Boat will be stranded at third as we move into the seventh. The Wings are down to their final 9 outs. They need to pick up 3 runs here in the final 3 innings. Genesis Toad will lead things off for Mexico City here in the top of the 7th. And takes a look at strike 1 at the knees. A good pitch there from Tube Rust. And now fouled off. It's Tube firmly in command, 0-2. Pitch, and Toad hits it slowly up the third baseline, and I don't think the Mints are going to have a play. That'll be a infield single for Toad. Poorly hit, but I mean, sometimes that's all you need. And now Donna Larson will follow that up with a fielder's choice ground ball. Mints get the out at second base. Larson will be safe on first. And Harold Valley will come up, and there's another fielder's choice. A sharply hit ground ball right to the shortstop, and that'll retire that batter. And now 2 down. Fontaine Teacup batting for the Wings. Every time the Wings seem to get something going, Tube Rust shuts it down immediately. And there's a ground ball. Patrick Tagliatelle all over it. And that'll make the play to end the inning. The Wings get a base runner, but can't do anything with it. That's been the story of the game the last few innings, as Tube Rust has just been shutting them down, and anytime they get a little glimmer of hope. Basil Kramer will lead off the bottom of the 7th for the Mints. Elijah Bader has been quite good ever since giving up those 3 runs in that 1 inning, all those innings ago, whenever that was. Kramer ahead in the count, 2-1. And sharply hit right back up the middle. That'll be a base hit for Kramer. The Mints now will have their leadoff batter on, and Liv Blather will step into the box. Kramer on first base, and make that Kramer on second base, as they will steal, beating out the good throw with a nice slide. And Blather fouling off the first pitch, 0-1 now, and Blather pops one up into foul territory. Fontaine Teacup settling underneath it for out number 1. Shea Yoshida will step up for the Mints with a runner on second base. And 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Swings and misses at the first pitch and the second pitch. Quickly down, 0-2. Bader checks the runner, kicks and deals, and a ground ball. And Alonso Clement will get the out at second base. But Shea will be safe at first. A fielder's choice. Soledad Snyder will step into the batter's box for the Mints. Bader misses outside and comes back with a fastball in the outside corner. 1-1 count on Snyder. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. And called. Strike 3. A nice curveball there from Bader, buckling Snyder's knees. And that'll do it for inning number 7. Both teams got their leadoff runner on, but neither of them were able to score. And we go to the top of the 8th with Tube Rust in command going up against Slow McDonald. Trying to shut out these Wild Wings in the last couple innings here. Tube has looked very, very good, other than that one leadoff homer. Ahead in the count, 0-2 against Slow McDonald, and strike 3 called. A nasty pitch there from Rust. That slow curveball fooled him. And Nova Bai will step in now with 1 out. Top of the lineup for the Wild Wings. Takes a look at strike 1 and 2. A couple of good fastballs in there on the corner from Rust. Bai can't afford to be selective here, but they will go down on strikes as a split finger fastball catches the outside corner of the plate, and Bai can't believe the call, but bye-bye. You're going to have to get out of here, lest you be incinerated by that umpire. And 2 down now for Lillian McKinley. And a good hitter's count here, 2-0. Now 3-0 as Rust has lost control a little bit against a very, very good hitter, and fires one in there right down the middle. A dangerous pitch to McKinley, but that'll be strike 1. And it doesn't matter as Rust tries to get him to chase. on that split finger fastball outside, but that's ball 4. And McKinley will take first base on the walk, and Soledad Drama going after the first pitch. A big swing, but that results in a high bouncing ground ball. Big Tarkanian making the easy play, and that does it for the Wild Wings in the top of the 8th. We will go to the bottom of the 8th now, a dangerous proposition when you're facing the Kansas City Breath Mints. This is our inning. Ooze Dolan will lead things off, followed by Boat Hamless. Bader pumps in strike 1. And that one's cracked deep into right. It's got a chance. It's gone! A home run! Ooze Dolan. Ooze a good boy. Finally Ooze gets a home run here in the postseason. They'd been shut out, I think, up to that point. That's another run for the Breath Mints, a big insurance run, and it's now 5-1. Boat Hamless trying to add on a few more here. Even count. Bader misses with ball 2. 2-1 against Hamless. And strike 2 on the outside corner. And Hamless hits a high bouncing ground ball to Alonzo Clement. That'll be a routine play for the first out of the inning. Big Tarkanian will step into the box for the Breath Mints and takes a look at strike 1. 0-1 count on Big. Make it 1-1 now as Bader missing outside, trying to get him to chase that curveball. 2-1 as Bader kind of has lost the handle on the curveball here in these late innings. Make it 3-1. And that'll be a walk for Big Tarkanian as Elijah Bader missing inside with the fastball. And now Yuri O'Lantern will stride up to the dish. Yuri has been just phenomenal in the 8th inning and continuing the trend with a single there. That's a easy stroke, a line drive into right field. And there will be 2 on with 1 out here for Patrick Tagliatelle. And Tagliatelle will bunt, and that's going to be fielded by Lillian McKinley. That'll push both of the runners over, get them both into scoring position. Basil Kramer with 2 outs will step in for the Mints. Takes a look at strike 1 on the outside corner. And a ball missing just outside. Bader trying to stay away from Kramer here. And a swing and a miss on a nasty breaking ball there. 1-2 count. Kramer staying alive just barely, fouling it off into the dugout. And that one straightened out, but hit on the ground. Slow McDonald will make the easy play. Go over to first for the 3rd out of the inning. And we will go to the top of the 9th. The Mints needing just 3 outs to gain a 2-1 lead in the series. Alonzo Clement will lead things off for Mexico City. And Clement all over the first pitch, deep to center field, and forget about it. A no-doubter off the bat of Alonzo Clement. Now, any of these Wings can go deep at any time, and that'll cut the lead to 3 runs. And Genesis Toad will step in for the Wild Wings. It'll be Toad, Larson, and then Valley. This is the weakest part of Mexico City's lineup, which isn't really saying a whole lot, because all 3 are actually pretty good. Tube missing low with the fastball, and now comes back in there with the fastball. And a 1-2 count against Genesis Toad. Toad, a ground ball. Basil Kramer, nice play, and a good throw over to first base to just barely get the runner. Got him by half a step. And now Donna Larson will step in with 1 out here in the top of the 9th. 1-0 count, and Larson with a ground ball lived lather right there. An Adam ball, went right at him. And that's the 2nd out of the inning. Harold Valley will step in for Mexico City, their last chance. And Tube misses high with the fastball, ball 1. Missing low now, 2-0 count. Pitch from Tube. Hit on the ground, Shea Yoshida is there, makes the throw to first, and it's all over. The Breath Mints have won Game 3 by a score of 5-2, and they have taken command in this Internet Series. Kansas City needs just 1 more win, and they will be the champions. And this game taking place at the Meadow, so the Mints with a chance to clinch things in Mexico City. And I will see you then at the top of the hour. It's 8:28, God's time zone. And let's put on that Reverbo playlist and see what we get. I've been Todd Gonzalez. Thank you all so much for joining me here. And I'm going to go to Fresh Corner to post some more memes. Yeah.